have you on the show, Margot.
It's so great to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
So, welcome. We're going to have so much fun today. I'm joined by my good friend, Margot Potter, the Impatient Crafter, and we're going to be making some balls for Christmas. What fun it'll be.
It will be fun.
Yes. So now we designed this project together, and it's going to be lots of fun to do. And it's really very simple.
It is simple, but you make it fabulous.
Well, thank you, so do you. It's all about fabulosity today. Now, the first step is extremely easy. Oh, yes?
Greenie!
Hi, Mary Ellen.
Hi!
Come on in. Come sit down and join us. Very good.
Hi!
Mary Ellen, this is my friend Margot.
Margot, pleased to meet you. What a pretty name.
Oh.
Isn't she? Isn't it a pretty name?
Yes.
Yes. Well, now, Margot and I are making balls
Oh,
for Christmas. Here are some examples of what we'll be doing.
oh, isn't that sweet?
Where's the white one?
Oh, the white
I'll
ones
bet
is
these
good.
sell well in Tennessee.
You know, I've created names for these. It looks very Valentine's Day, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. This one I call Winter Garden.
I love that.
Yes. And that one I call Madonna Inn, after my favorite hotel on the California coast.
What's it called?
Madonna
Madonna
Inn. And their color is pink, and it's this color of pink and white, and oh, it's just lovely.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that's what we're making today. And won't that be fun?
Oh, yes. It'll be delightful.
I think so. Very nice. So what are you all dolled up for, Mary Ellen?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm going speed dating in Hell's Kitchen. Do I look all right?
You look very shiny.
But you know what I'm afraid of?
What?
I don't do drugs.
Oh.
So maybe if I just talk fast, they'll think I'm on speed.
All right, well, let's get started.
All right.
Now what you do is you take
Take a ball.
your stretch velvet and you drape it over your ball. That's wasting fabric, darling. You want to drape it over so you're right at the edge on two sides.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Did I get it
All
right?
right, yeah, and then you gather the fabric around under the ball.
I love wrapping balls in velvet.
Don't you? Pull the fabric up around the balls and then just cut away the excess like this. Doesn't have to be fancy. See? And then you roughly have a little circle here.
Okay.
Then the next step, we're going to take our box of pins here. And these are just plain old everyday dress pins. Then you pin it in on one side and pull it tight and go directly across from that and pin it in again. And then when you hold it upside down, you'll see that it's got sort of a cornery thing going on. See that? Looks a little like a Sputnik. And then you just, you keep working that. Yeah,
Mary Ellen
shouldn't have caught.
is very creative today.
When did you start referring to yourself in the third person? And what would you
It's
say
part of
about
the
that to
speed
one of your
dating
patients?
process.
I'd say stop drinking.
Try and pin into virgin styrofoam.
Virgin syrup.
All right, so that you just keep doing that. You keep pinning and pinning,
And it should eventually
and eventually
look like.
it looks like this.
Ah, what a perfect ball.
Okay. This is what we start with. This is our base. So now our next step is to choose what we want to pin into it. And we have lots of choices here. Now, the most important aspect of what you choose is what's going to camouflage all of the little pins at the top of this, because it's not very pretty. So now I'm going to start with our white flowers here. And this is where our Leatherman comes in handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this end of this stem, because you don't want it to be too long, because the stem will collapse when you try and push it into the ball. Now, the next step is to use, on my Leatherman, I have a little tiny screwdriver here. And it's just the perfect size to create a pilot hole for what we're going to be putting in here. And so, there. And then we insert our flower.
Ah, see, I was trying.
Oh, isn't that
You
nice?
have it.
Do you know I failed arts and crafts? That's why I became a therapist.
Really?
Yeah. Sister
Yep.
Catherine Edward told me that if I go to heaven, I better not be a designer because it'll look like purgatory.
There. So now we have
Look at that.
masked our crown. We are going to create a hanging strap. Now there's two different ways that you can do this. You can make this the top, like that, or you can make it the bottom.
We're going to have that discussion tonight at speed dating, too.
Now, the important thing about putting a hanging strap on with pins is that it's well anchored. So the way we're going to do that is we are going to pin in from two different directions. You see I'm pinning in from one side and then coming across and pinning in again in the opposite direction. And that anchors the strap so it doesn't come up. Now, we also want to camouflage where our strap has been put. I'm going to be using some lovely white sequins. Aren't they festive? And we're going to be camouflaging our top. And we just simply pin them in with a little straight pin. Now, Margot has a wonderful tip for this. What's your tip?
What you can do is you can put a little bit of tacky glue on the end of your pin, glomp it up a little bit like that, and that'll keep it glued in so the sequins don't work their way out.
That's a very clever tip.
Yeah.
Well, now, of course, in addition to the pins and the styrofoam forms and the more utilitarian aspects of this craft,
Utilitarian? That sounds so socialistic. Communistic? Go ahead.
thank you, dear. We also have some lovely things to embellish our bowls with.
Breenie,
Yes.
no one embellishes balls like you.
Thank you, darling. Isn't she sweet?
She is.
That's why she's my best friend.
That's right.
Yes. And you're my new best friend.
Oh.
So now you've seen me decorate a little bit here with these lovely artificial flowers. What are these wonderful things that you brought along?
These are crystallized Swarovski elements, and I have them in clear and in the shadow crystal and in the rose pink.
Now these are little
love
velvet
these.
leaves. Aren't these charming? We also have lovely sequin, and we have fun little snowflake shaped sequins. Aren't those fun? Look at that. Now these are leaves that are on stems, and these are wonderful. These are little jeweled sprays. Now these things can be bought on the internet. You can also find them at places like floral supply houses. That's where we got a lot of this stuff. And of course the jewels can be found in bead shops, and the more the merrier to make your balls pretty. Don't you agree?
I think balls should always be pretty.
I think so too. So basically it's really just assembling your balls in this manner until
You end up with something fantastic.
they look like that. So now we've also featured some charming little butterflies in this one. Isn't that fun?
Oh, look at that. Oh, they are pretty.
Yes.
A butterfly.
It's a little iridescent winter garden.
It is. It's very nice, Breenie, I have to say.
Thank you, darling.
It's so funny, Breenie. You do all this work and it looks like it came from China.
Well, thank you, dear.
It's the balls of St. Mary's.
That's pretty good.
The spirit is moving, traveling along.